Hi guys, Legend of Old 101 here once again. I'm gonna bring you a movie review. It's been a while since I done a movie review, so I've been watching a ton of movies recently. I've got back into my horror flex. You know I love my H.P. Lovecraft, baby. You know I love my body horror. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to John Carpenter. Shout out to David Cronenberg. Shout out to Stephen King. So, we're gonna get into this show, but before we do all that, we're gonna get into Twitter and Instagram, main two places you're gonna find your boy Legend of Old 101. Thumbs this video up as it helps the channel get seen by YouTube and says I'm doing a good job, as always. Sharing the video helps as well, and the main thing you can do is subscribe to this channel so you'll see 5 videos back to back, and notification bell as well set to all, so up in your inbox all day every day. Yes. And another thing that I love is when people put their comments in the comment section down below. So without further ado, let's do this show. Let's get it popping. Let's go. Alright, so we've got a movie called Spring, 2014. Love is a Monster. Okay. A bit of Lovecraftian flair up in this movie, and I like it. I like it very much so. Okay, so let's get the actors out of the way. So we've got Taylor Pucci and Nadia Hilker. So Nadia Hilker is the lovely young woman that we follow throughout this movie, and Lou Taylor is the main protagonist that we see throughout this movie also. And it's filmed by Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead. They basically directed it, and Justin Benson did the writing as well. He's done a lot of low budget stuff. He's got a lot of praise by a lot of people. But yeah, this movie is so good. It's so good, my gosh. It's one of them low-key great movie show, and I love it. If you do with like body horror stuff like that, I'm into all of that stuff from outer space or from underneath the sea. You know, I love all of that, man. I'm that kind of guy. I love horror. So we're gonna get into this show. So it starts off with a character called Evan, played by Lou Taylor, and it starts off with his mother, who's sick, dying, and she's just on the verge of death, and Lou's talking to her, and then she just dies. Then he kind of spirals out of control, goes into a bar, meets his friend. He's got a job, he works in a bar, and this guy, he's bothering this woman, and Evan, he literally just clocks this guy, because the guy is just like in his face, like yeah, you know when someone's just in your face, you just shut up. That's basically what happened. He's clocked him a couple of times. He was about to kill him. Looked like he was about to just wreck him. He was like, his guy was out of his head. He was stricken with grief. You know, his mother just died. You know, it looks like she had cancer. Looked like she was really ill. Yeah. So him and his friend, they go home. They go to Evan's house and they talk. They smoke. They all that stuff. They drink. Just to get his mind off the issues that he's under right now. And the guy goes, "I know you live," because he rolled up to his house all beaten up with him and his friend, and he drove off. And then the next day he calls the cops to his house, and then he leaves. He just goes on a straight, he sees his passport, goes, bounces, goes to Italy. So this is when all the crazy stuff happens. He goes to Italy. He sees these an English guy and a Welsh guy. And I love this kind of like brotherhood. He's kind of meeting people, because that's what happens sometimes. You go on holiday, or you just leave the country and you meet certain people and you just hit it off straight away. Some people just click with like that, just click. So that's what happened with these guys. He clicked, and they kind of went to hostel over there. Have fun. They do road trip, and at some point they leave because if they say it got too expensive, they're going to Amsterdam. You know, if anyone's in cheap fun, you go to Amsterdam straight. Everyone knows that. I've never even been there. They were like, "Troy, you ever been there?" I've never been to Amsterdam, but I hear it's pretty good. In more ways than one. Yeah. So enough said about that. You guys all know about that. So yeah, so he's on his ones now. Ever's by himself in Italy. He sees this girl that he saw with the two guys beforehand. I forgot to talk about that. I forgot to say that. So he sees this girl, and she kind of bins him off at first, and then the two guys laugh at him, and then later on he sees her outside of an art gallery or something like that. She's called Louise, by the way. I forgot to say that. Yeah, she's called Louise. And they hit it off kind of because he's very persistent, you know what I'm saying? Because then she kind of goes along with it for reasons you'll find out later on. They kind of sleep together, gets the condom ready. She knocks out of his hand. She's like, nah, we ain't doing that, we're doing it raw. I'm like, damn, it's dangerous out here, especially in a foreign country. So yeah, they raw, they sleep together and all that stuff. So then they start to go on dates, they go to different places. She shows him the sights. He gets a job with an old Italian guy. He's basically it's like a what would you call it? The job that he does. He helps out on the farm. So yeah, he does take care of this place for this old guy. So then he's been there for a while now. They go on a few dates. She's slowly disclosing stuff about her life, about certain people. In this art gallery that this person looks, basically she knows this person, and he's like, what are you talking about? You don't know this person. This person was like how many thousand years old. She has another eye that's a different color. She's green eye. She's got a brown eye, green eye. And then at times this woman is transforming. At first you think she's a werewolf. She's in the toilet and she's transforming. She's like outstretching, teeth going. I'm like, what the heck is she, a werewolf? At first I was like, okay, this could be a werewolf movie. Okay, then she has this kind of like syringe that she puts into herself, that because she's a scientist at the same time. She's found like a solution that can kind of suppress her transformations from time to time, but at the same time they never really completely help because it's kind of erratic, her transformations. She even does a science route. She does the religions route. She's got books of religions, a ritual sacrifice. She kills a rabbit. She sheds her skin. Then that kind of suppresses it a little bit, but she doesn't want to do all that, so she's trying to find a scientific route. And to me, the ritual route was much quicker and helped more than the scientific route, but she wants something that's not as gruesome, not as brutal as the old school ways of dealing with it that she did. So then the big transformation hit. Because at this point she kills a guy who tried to attack her outside one time. She kills him, just mauls him. Looks like the people around the area, they know what's going on. They ain't saying all the people, members of the public. And I'm like, oh, wow, this story is so, it's just so good. The way you have to put this story together is so good. Hey, I'm with it. And the old guy, he talks about his old wife who died now, and throughout this movie I kind of realized the one Evan works for, the old guy at that farm, he had a wife, and the wife looked exactly like Louise that she shows in the old picture that she used to be 2,000 years ago, that we see later on down the line. Before we get to that at this point, because that kind of ties into that, because in the middle of that, Evan kind of goes to her house, Louise's house, after she says, no, we ain't doing this no more, because she's about to transform, do her mad transformation. So he knocks on the door, and he goes in. He goes, let me just walk in here real quick and just say what I need to say before I leave early, because she dumped him. And then he sees her on the floor, half octopus, half flipping swordfish, half alien. I was like, oh my god, what the heck? I was like, what the heck? She looked messed. She would have looked at about 10 different creatures all in one person. I'm like, and the syringe was on the floor. Then I think she was trying to reach for the syringe, but it was too late. So I was like, this is straight Lovecraft, bruh. Looking like Cthulhu, Azathoth, all the kind of beings all over to it. It was flipping crazy. But Evan goes up to there, gets a syringe, gets attacked for a little while because she's got like a sharp tail. Attacks him, gets him a little bit. Then manages to inject her. Then it subsides. Then she starts to shed skin. Then she goes back to normal again. And Evan just goes crazy. He walks out. He's like, I'm like, this is too weird for me, bro. I'm out here. I'm out. And she manages to get around him, and then she starts to show him the sites of where she was born, her family heritage. Her mum was the same creature that she is now. But you get to choose if you want to stay the same. Well, you don't really get to choose. Your body chooses for you, because you have to love that person for you to stay the way you are, to stay normal without actually transforming, and live the rest of your life as a human being. Apparently she's around since Pompeii. This is about 2,000 years ago. Apparently she's been around for 2,000 years. So I was like, wow. So I was like, that's the mythology right there. And people in the paintings that she goes to see in the art gallery, that's literally her in the painting. And yeah, so that's what I was trying to tie to before with the old guy and his wife. His wife looked really familiar to Louise, because apparently she can shapeshift. So whenever she does a massive transformation, she shapeshifts into another person. So no one really knows who she is once she transforms. She completely takes another persona altogether, but she keeps the some of the personalities of the people that she slept with, who's impregnated her. And that's what's happened. She's having a kid, so that she uses the kid's embryo power to renew herself. She reincarnates using the child that she's about to have. So basically, she births herself. So I'm like, wow, that's deep. That is deep. That is a deep plot, bro. If you know this plot, it's deep. So then he goes, yeah, I'm going with you, man. I'm going with you at the end. So then they kind of go through this place where she used to live with her family, who have died, looked like died in the Pompeii volcano eruption. They died like that. Everyone knows about Pompeii, knows exactly what happened to them. So it basically ends with a sunset happening, and she kind of stays the same. She was about to transform, but she didn't. So she obviously loved Evan. So that's how the story ends, and the volcano is about to erupt. So it could be another Pompeii situation where they all die, bro. So everyone really gets wiped out. So it's a potential another Pompeii situation. So something even bigger is about to happen while they're talking to each other at the end. Nice or lovely sunset. She's chosen Evan, but a volcano in the back is about to kill them all. So I like that at the end. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. I like that. Okay, so overall, this movie was really good. Solid movie. I recommend this movie. Anyone's into the Lovecraftian mythos, the legacy, H.P. Lovecraft himself, you know what I'm saying? The body horror, the Cronenbergs, the Stephen Kings, the John Carpenters, anything of that world. Anyone is into that kind of thing, they're gonna love this movie, Spring. Anyone with good storytelling, boom, this is it right here. Anyone's into kind of type of horror, yes, it's a W. So, I love it. So, I'm gonna end it there. Spring is a W for me, for your boy. It's a W. Rating for this movie. What would I rate this movie if I had to rate? If I was forced to rate this movie, I'd give it, because this movie is so good. You know what? I'll give it A minus. A minus. A minus. Spring. This is my cup of tea. This is my alley. I'm the one. But yeah, this is my kind of thing, This is my cup of tea. So yeah, I'm done. Spring, W, A minus, A range, top tier movie, solid. Spring. Okay, so remember to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Main two places you're gonna find your boy Legend of Old 101, and you can even check the description box below. I have a Cash App now, so if you want to donate to the channel, Legend of Old, not Legend of Old 101, so it's Legend of Old in the Cash App if I donate. thumbs the video up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, become part of the legacy, become part of the movement, and press that notification bell, set it to all, and put their comments in the comment section down below. I love responding to people's comments. So wherever you are day or night, stay safe out here in these streets. It's Legend of All 101 signing out. Peace.